Today I'm going to be reviewing Optimum Nutrition's Gold Standard Pre-Workout Powder. It's been top of Amazon for a long time and looks pretty cool, right? Well, I'm going to show you, looks can be deceiving. Alright, so the first thing you realize about this pre-workout is that you're probably going to want to take 2 scoops per workout to get the effective dose of any of this. And even then you're missing out on some. So I'm going to go through it real quick with you. First, vitamins and minerals, cool, whatever, not a big deal. Creatine monohydrate. Now creatine monohydrate pulls water into your muscles. It helps you look bigger, it helps you push more weight, and hence gain more muscle than you would have without it. The recommended dose is 5 to 10 grams a day. I personally think 5 grams a day is fine. However, you're going to need to take 2 to get that. Now this ginseng blend, the Astrogen, I didn't know what this was, so I looked it up. It is a natural compound that increases absorption of many vital nutrients and promotes a healthy gut environment. Cool. Still, this is half the clinical dose. Beta-alanine. This is one of my favorite things. However, you're going to have to take beta-alanine consistently for about a month to see the real results from it. However, the clinical dose is 3.2 and they have 1.5, so you'll have to take 2 and you're still not quite there. Now, citrulline is one of my favorite compounds for pump, right? Gives you that real pump feeling when you're at the gym. However, 750 milligrams, as is in 1 serving of Optimum Nutrition's pre-workout, is not enough. And either is twice it. I mean, I personally would take between 3 and 6 grams of L-citrulline before a workout, and you're not going to get anywhere near that with this. For the acetyl-carnitine, I think it's a great addition. However, you're going to need double to get the effective dose. And acetyl-L-tyrosine. The problem with this is that companies use this instead of L-tyrosine, which is the precursor to dopamine in your brain. So it's said to boost energy, mood, but really your body gets enough of it typically. Still, it's an inferior type, and the difference is negligible. Now, caffeine, I understand caffeine is very popular and has a place in sports nutrition. However, I don't think that it should be included in pre-workouts personally. I think that it should be an optional addition, especially someone who feels stimulants very strongly. If you did want to get the clinical effective doses of all of these, then you'd have to take 350 milligrams of caffeine, which is a lot. I personally think it's a fail, and I would like to see it removed or something, or less. Now the citrus bioflavonoid complex, it's just a fancy name for some citrus antioxidants. Unfortunately, the effective dose is around 600 milligrams, and they have 100 milligrams, even with 2 scoops, whatever. So I just went through all the main ingredients. Now, we have a lot of other ingredients I'm going to get to, but first I wanted to explain how much that this costs per serving and how much it would cost with just the ingredients if you bought the plain powders. So the current price for this pre-workout is $17.26 on Amazon, right? Okay, so $17.26 divided by 30 servings is equal to 58 cents per serving. Okay, so I went ahead and I got all the powders also off of Amazon, and I did about 1 pound of each. So I mean, if you bought more than this, it would be even cheaper. But I added up every single ingredient that we just discussed, and then I used that to make a pre-workout with the same exact serving size. And per serving, the cost was this: 23 cents. Now we move over to the other ingredient side. You find out there's actually more other ingredients than there are main ingredients. Now this is what pisses me off about most of the sports supplements in this industry, right? Natural and artificial flavors look harmless. Artificial, you kind of know that's bad. Natural flavors are almost the exact same thing. The only difference between natural and artificial flavors are where they originally come from, right? Natural just means that it comes from a natural source. That could be animal or plant. Now, companies don't have to reveal where that source is from in their ingredient profile. Artificial flavors is from something inedible, such as petroleum or other inedible sources. A lot of people don't know that natural flavors can actually hold up to 100 added chemicals and substances. Those are called incidental additives, and those don't need to be disclosed under natural flavors. So this could have 100 extra chemicals under other ingredients and we wouldn't even know. And of course, side effects include headaches, nausea, fatigue, increased risks of cancer, seizures, etc. Citric acid. This is a fun one. Did you know that citric acid actually grows on black mold? That's how they produce it. You think it's from a lime or a lemon or an orange. No. Black mold. Mold. I should also probably say that long-term studies have never been done on consumption of citric acid. There's a lot that goes into it, but the FDA actually kind of skipped it over. I would do your own research. Now, malic acid, if you don't know what malic acid is, it's an additive that increases the tartness, the sourness of whatever you put it in. So I'm assuming that they just added it in to make the flavor better. I just realized I'm missing one. Number 13. There's 13. So calcium silicate, I think that's how you say it, and silicon dioxide are both anti-caking agents. Anti-caking agents make it so that powders don't get clumpy, so they're easier to scoop and they just flow nicely like sand at the beach, right? Well, that's exactly what silicon dioxide is. It's sand at the beach, quartz. It's found in a lot of common things like oats, those kind of things. Not that they're terrible to add, but some people claim that they're bad for you and they just wouldn't have it. And I'd rather it just not be in here personally. But I understand the need for it as a supplement to make powder flow better. Okay, so these three right here, cellulose gum, xanthan gum, and carrageenan, they are all thickeners. However, carrageenan, scientists believe that it can induce inflammation and lead to chronic illness. So I don't want that anywhere near me or my supplements. Honestly. Anyway, moving on. Sucralose. Sucralose is the devil. It's 600 times sweeter than sugar, increase your risk of cancer, it destroys your gut microbiome. There's a bunch I can get into, but it's garbage. And it makes you want more sugar anyway. It makes you crazy, anxious. Just trust me. Just stay away from it. Tartaric acid. This is a preservative stabilizer. You just don't need it, really. Meh. Now, Acesulfame Potassium. This is another artificial sweetener. I hate it almost as much as I hate sucralose, but sucralose is the worst, so I'm going to put it in close second. Just big no. It actually contains the carcinogen methyl chloride, and long-term exposure to methylene chloride cause headaches, depression, nausea, mental confusion, liver effects, kidney effects, visual disturbances, and cancer. Cancer. Blue. I've never understood why they put colors in sport. What is the point? So it looks cooler? Like, who cares? Who cares what it looks like? Color. What are we, 5? You care that much about the color? Wouldn't a white powder seem like more, Anyway, you can cause allergic reactions, hyperactivity in children. It is a carcinogen. It shouldn't be anywhere near your health supplements. Listen, I'm not saying Optimum Nutrition's all bad. Again, I just think that they could have done so much better. It's definitely not gold standard. If that's their standard, then I don't want to use their supplements. Real health and fitness supplements shouldn't have all this extra crap. You just don't need it. So what can you do? Well, I personally buy all the main ingredients. Well, not all of them, because you really don't need all this. Honestly, I just get the creatine, the beta-alanine, the citrulline, maybe a little bit of L-tyrosine. I also add betaine, agmatine, and that's really all you need. I mean, I drink coffee, so I don't need any extra stimulants. I'm good without that. So I buy all those powders and I mix them in a blender at the clinically recommended dosages. I pour it into a big tub, and every day I just take that powder. I use little edible films. They're called Blate Papes. You just basically pour the powder in and you dip it in water and you swallow it. It's much easier. You don't have to taste anything. You don't have to worry about all the extra stuff that they add in to cover up the taste. That's just how I've done it and how I love to do it. And I think that it's a much healthier way and that people should pay more attention to what's in their sports supplements.